Hey, buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, amigos? John's Motor Garage. Welcome back to the channel, or John's Stunt Garage, if we're over here. Today we're practicing handbrake again. This is like day 2. Alright, this is day 2 or 3 messing around with the handbrake. So again, if you're not familiar, that's basically using this lever here, which is a rear brake, learning to do that with your hand. That allows you to do stunts having your feet off of the rear brake over here. So it allows you to just have more flexibility with the stunt game. But it's basically like relearning the entire wheelie. So I just got here. I'm going to warm up with some basic sit-down wheelies, and I'll kind of ease my way up into the stand-ups. I like to start in first, make sure I still got those, try to bring it back and slow it down, and then I'll go into second and just start messing around. Welcome to the channel. This is my new channel where I'm focusing primarily on the stunt stuff. So if you're new here, thank you. If you come over from John's Motor Garage, my primary channel, then thanks for coming over. I appreciate the support. Whew. Had a couple days off, haven't ridden this in a while, so we'll get into it. Easy peasy. Woo. Oh man, this thing is awesome. So I like to start out. What I realize is I overuse my brake a ton, man. I need to rely less on my rear brake, but it's all good. So these sit downs that I'm doing, I'm just using my foot brake, just getting comfortable on the bike. It's been a couple of days since I rode, and then we'll ease our way into the handbrake drills. I'm still chasing it. There we go. There we go. That felt a little bit better. I'm just not going far enough back still. Try a few more of these sit downs, really slowing it down, really slowing it down. I need to pretend it's the Honda Grom. There we go. Ugh. But I'm still not like settling in, you know? I'm still feeling like I'm really chasing it. So again, the key with this is to balance point it back and slowing it down. Alright, so I think you guys got an idea. That's my sit downs. We'll do a quick stand up in second just to get comfortable with that. Alright, so I did a little warm up. Just sit downs in first gear, some stand-ups in second. So now we'll start with these handbrakes. What I've been doing on the handbrake is I'm doing a staggered so that I still have my foot brake covering the rear. And the first day I was out here, I was just doing small tiny chasers, just getting comfortable with that muscle memory, you know, getting myself to use the handbrake, getting comfortable with all that. I forgot to turn the fan on, dang it. We'll let the bike cool off. Day 2 and 3 when I was out here messing around, I was just getting comfortable coming up a little bit higher and higher. And that's kind of where we're at right now. And I'm doing these ones in second, but eventually I'll have to learn them in first gear. And again, you have index finger on the clutch, middle finger on that rear brake. And I just tap the brake a couple times, make sure I got it, make sure the memory's there, and then we'll And then I'll do a few chasers like that, just a few chasers. And then I also get in the habit of using the rear brake to slow myself down, using the rear handbrake to slow myself down. it just gets me in the habit of, you know, basically trains my body to understand that is also a rear brake, you know. And then it's just a matter of slowly bringing it a little higher and higher to balance point. And this is where I feel like I'm relearning how to wheelie, but it's okay. But what this is teaching me is I use my rear brake a little bit more than I have to my rear foot brake. And so I'm getting a little bit better with the handbrake, not overusing it, or at least not trying to. But the key now is up to balance point, slow it down. Up to balance point, slow it down. I really need to get to the point where I just bring it up to balance point and where I rely on my handbrake like I do my foot brake. And that just takes practice. So we'll try a few here to actually bring it back. Oh my gosh, I've done that a time or two, and that is freaky. It's where I just give it a little bit too much gas. Whew. I know I'm making progress when I can do this whole stretch at a very slow pace, just using the handbrake. And that's where it's very much like learning how to wheelie all over again. Is you're just doing these drills up and down, up and down. Woo! That stoppie popped right into the sweet spot. Nice. So that one was a little bit better. I was starting to bring it back slightly more with a little more confidence in my brake. So heading in the right direction. Still too fast though. Half the time my pop is just terrible like that. But yeah, once I can get that good pop and really bring it back and slow it down, when you're comfortable with that, then you can start messing around with trying to do circles and turn and all that stuff. But I gotta say, my grip is coming loose, and my gloves, these things are worn and tattered. I definitely need some fresh gloves. I'm a little bit more twitchy, you know, more like using this handbrake, but I'm easing my way up to balance point. And again, once I get to it, we should be in much better shape. Again, just a little further and further each time. Oh man, so I'm chasing them. I'm still just not confident enough in my rear braking ability, which is fine. It's not a race. Oh, I gotta say, man, oh my gosh, that's sketch. That is sketch. Yeah, trying to learn donuts on this, just, ooh, that scares me. Oh, I'm worn out, man. This is exhausting, to be honest. It's tough work. Well, I guess it doesn't help that's like 200 degrees outside. Oh, I'm worn out. Oh man, some of those freak me out. Just a little bit too heavy on the throttle. My arms, dude. My arms get so fatigued. So fatigued. It's a gnarly workout, man, that's for sure. It's close, man. I'm very close to that sweet spot. I'm just not consistent or comfortable enough with my launches to do it consistently. There you go, that was a little bit better. So it's second gear, so it's not as aggressive on the takeoff, but it's like there's this small window between way too much and not enough, and I'm figuring out where that is. Anyway, until I have these like super slow, like high and slow, circle wheelies aren't really an option. Man, I'm tired. Anyway, that's the reality, man. That's kind of part of why I started the second channel, is because unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but the vast majority of the riding I do when it comes to learning stuff is this. Just repetition. It's not necessarily super like fun. Well, I'm having fun because I'm learning, but nothing fun to watch necessarily. The reality is right now, I can tell that for one, very tired and worn out, and my like brain function is just diminished. I just got off of my 3 shifts in a row, and I work nights, and so it takes a while to transition back to this day. So even though I slept in today, I can tell I'm worn out, and so I think we're gonna call it a day for now. I don't want to get myself hurt. That was a good sesh. We made some progress, and that's all we can ask for. Plus it's getting pretty dark. So that's gonna do it, you guys. John Stunt Garage, thank you for tuning in. This is like probably day 3 or 4 learning the handbrake on this Kawasaki 636 stunt bike. Alright, so this is the goal. The goal is to get something like this, but using my handbrake. There we go. The goal, more or less, is to get to a point where I can do that, but using my handbrake. Yeah, something along these lines. I need to slow it down still quite a bit. But yeah, if I could get to the point where I'm doing this in second gear or first gear, but using a handbrake, not a foot brake, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, something like this. See how we're going pretty slow. Oh my gosh, man. That was still probably a little too fast, but you guys get the idea. I'm still using my rear brake way too much. I'm dragging it way too much, but we'll figure it out with time. This bike has really, so far in my short time with it, it's really forcing me to like relearn a lot of things / learn brand new things, which is good. It's challenging, but it's good.